So you went through your monitoring visit report,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm on Creo right now. So you were, because of the CRA Academy internship, going through Creo. So show me. Let's see. We'll just share your screen. So the first thing you found on your monitoring report, process of consent. So you reviewed one consent form, right? On August 21st. You have to write which patient number it was.
This is the protocol.
Oh, that's the protocol, but which patient number was this date? That had to have been a certain patient number. If I'm the sponsor and I'm looking at this, I don't know what patient that was.
This one was the one we did.
But you have to put their number. So go to Creo and put their patient number in there. But that's fine. Just do it tomorrow because your report's not done.
Mm-hmm.
But whenever because you're going to use this report,
Mm-hmm.
but remember, you're using this report for all your findings. So when you have like a process of consent for one patient,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're going to have something else about another patient, I need to know which patient you're talking about.
Yeah. So another question. All right, I see patient ID number.
Mm-hmm.
Then their names wasn't there.
No, but you're not. Remember, you're a monitor view. You're not going to see their names.
See their names, okay.
So that's why we need that patient number.
This was a failure. He said, was the reason for this screening?
Was the reason for the screening failure or early term documented in the source?
It wasn't.
It was not a failure?
It was.
Okay. And what was it?
Okay, Martha. I said yes.
Yes, this screening was
a total failure because.
So you don't want to put total. You want to put screen failure. Screen failure because the subject has a history of.
CHF.
What are those things?
This is a heart failure.
What's CAD?
Well, CAD, cardiac sickness or something.
Coronary artery disease.
Coronary artery disease, history of hemorrhagic sickness.
Ischemic stroke, yep. So you're saying this patient did not have any of that, right?
He has all these things, so he's not qualified for this. This is a total failure. You cannot randomization, remember.
But was this patient screened, randomized?
He was screened, and they found out no. On the screening, they find out all this history.
Right.
So they stop it.
No. So for this study, we need some of those things for them to qualify.
Oh, really?
Yep. So in the protocol, when you go into Creo and you look in the protocol, you'll see in the inclusion-exclusion criteria that patients need to have that in order to qualify.
Oh, I thought,
just pull it up and you'll see.
To find out that the patient has all these things, you need to disqualify.
Nope, you always got to look at the IE criteria. Always.
It's been a long time.
The first thing, yeah, but it's okay. And you'll have Creo access because when you go back home, I want you to do another monitoring visit on more subjects from Creo. Because while you're here, only going to do a couple. But you're not putting any comments in Creo, right? Don't put comments there. Just put them all on your report.
Yeah, I'm putting them all on my
Okay, perfect. That way we could go through them all. Yeah, but why does it say process of consent 8/29? Because today is 9/5.
Oh, okay. This is the day.
And that's a different protocol for the one you did today.
Because I didn't know the number.
Yeah, it's okay. Because for the exercise purpose, you can just put them all here. I want to see all your findings. But okay, let's keep going.
Okay. So the diagnosis, everything was documented.
What was the process of screening like? How was it conducted?
The process of screening.
Or the process of consent. What was done? How was it done? Where was it documented?
So we have to do the details.
Yeah.
So,
or was it documented properly?
She agreed.
Was it the one with Katie? Yep.
Yes. Oh,
so were AEs documented and maintained properly? If it's yes, you put yes. For example, subject had, on this date, nausea, and it was documented properly. NCS, on this date, subject had headache, and you only know by going in the Creo and looking and seeing it.
I'm just gonna.
But now you know for tomorrow how to do it.
Yeah, I will refine them.
Because today you just shadowed the patient. You didn't really get into Creo as much.
Okay.
but tomorrow you will. And tomorrow I
Okay.
think there's 3 visits too. So you're gonna do this for all 3 as well.
So regular.
So tomorrow when they're doing their visits, you be with
I'll
your
be doing
report.
my own. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Now what about regulatory?
That one.
In Creo, you probably didn't get a chance to look at the
I
regulatory yet.
think I have to look at it now that you told me. I have to
Yeah.
read them very.
So remember, on regulatory, you're looking for 1572.
1572.
Everyone who's in box 6 of that 1572 is a sub-investigator, including Jaime, who walked in earlier.
Oh yeah, he came.
They need to sign a financial disclosure form, and it needs to be on file. They need a copy of their license on file. GCP expired. When did it expire, or when will it expire?
Oh yeah.
What does the site SOP say about expirations of these things? IRB approval. When does the IRB expire?
So that is gonna be there.
Protocol training. What version of the protocol are we on? And has everyone signed the protocol training log? Protocol training log, yes. Delegation of authorities log. So who filled it out? Who's missing? Who's doing, this is a really important one. Who's doing duties on the delegation log?
Need to sign here, making sure that.
Yeah, but for the delegation log, a big finding is you see all the staff on there. You should see all the staff on the delegation. Yeah, everything in that book is there. But this delegation of authorities log, every staff member needs to be on it.
On it, yeah.
Every assessment that they are responsible for needs to be there.
Yeah, I think I saw it on that. Yeah.
In the EREC, it'll be in the EREC.
Yeah.
But a common finding is seeing a duty that someone's doing on the source that you don't see documented in the delegation of authority log. That's a big finding that you can then put in your report and say, I'm just using an example. Jaime Valles is not delegated to do informed consent, but I saw he was signing informed consent. That would be one example, because he's not delegated to do informed consent. So you got to go through this DOA log really carefully and then look while you're doing the monitoring visit, who's doing what, are they allowed to do this, and then are they qualified to do this? 2 separate things, okay? And now about investigational product, you got to check the temperature logs. Because you got to know what the temperature range for that IP is. For that particular IP, because we have a continuous monitoring system, the temp log, the minimum and the maximum is, the minimum's 35 degrees Fahrenheit, the maximum's 46. So you got to look at the log since your last monitoring visit, the temp log. Was it ever below 35 or above 46?
It's coming in now when you're saying it.
Yeah, and then what happened? Did they actually dispense it when it was outside of that range, or did they ask for approval? You have to ask for a quarantine or from documented approval from the sponsor of whether you can continue with that drug, right? So it's a lot of stuff like this that goes into regulatory. Regulatory is not just documents, it's living, breathing, dynamic environment. It's a lot. But this is why I think being a study coordinator is so important.
Wow.
What else? So after IP, then we get to regulatory. We went through informed consent. I want to see that process of consent document. I want to see it documented. I want you to put it in your notes as an example and pick one patient. As an example, this patient, the informed consent was conducted on this date by this person. The PI signed it on this date. This was the documented process, verbatim what it was. Was it private room?
Yes.
Was it a copy of it given to the patient? Were plenty of time allowed to ask questions? Did the patient fully demonstrate they understood?
Okay.
These are the things we need. These are the things we need. And then at the end, you go through an inventory check. Does the site have enough lab kits? Does the site have enough payment cards? You know how they paid that patient today with that card? Well, what happens if the site runs out of those cards? They can't pay a patient next time. Where's their inventory? How many do you have left? Do I need to order more? Do I need to ask somebody to send you more? Same thing with lab kits. Same thing with e-diaries. Do you have more devices, e-pro diaries? What about drug? Do an inventory of the drug. How many are left? How many are returned? Where are they separated? Or they're quarantined? That's a lot of work to be a monitor.
No. I need
We could be a coordinator first.